Yo, we're back. It's another Halloween adventure. This time we're near Wakefield for Yorkshire Scaregrounds.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a weird one, so they'll queue one after another, so we won't be able to film a lot until we finish.
Yeah,
so on these, you pick in a lot of time, they let you in as a group, and then you do maze after maze and join in the middle. So,
but you're not allowed to film until the end of the attraction.
So we'll park you in my jacket, and then we'll catch up with you at the end. And we'll film our scores and whatever else. We'll
discuss each one.
Yeah, we might do it in the bar, we might do it in the car, we'll see how cold it is because it's pretty chilly tonight. And I'm coming down in the cold, so I ain't sitting out in the cold to do it for you, so.
And then we'll discuss each one and how it is. Do you just want to show them the entrance bit?
Yeah, sure. So you turn up, falling over. You turn up, you go through this gate, and then there's like a queue around here, and then they set you off in your groups through the mazes.
We survived. We're running the car for the end of this.
Yeah.
I need to get my notes out. So, go on, use some talking. I get my notes.
So we were in there roughly how long? What time is it now? 22 minutes past 10.
We're about an hour. We queued for about an hour.
We queued for about an hour. It's worth mentioning. We got here about 8:15. Our time slot starts at 8. So if you're at the beginning of the slot,
I think you
wait lesser than if you turn up at the end, because the slots are every half an hour, I think.
The good thing, because of the nature of how it works, is you only have one queue, really. Like, you wait that 40 minutes or the hour, but then because you're going in your group, house by house.
That queue at the beginning is pretty. You don't really queue.
If you catch up with another group,
with a group, but they split you up.
Yeah, they'll hold you back like for the minute or so everyone gets the time in to go through the mazes. And they run groups of about 6 to 8
is what they said. They try and aim
They do split people up. There was a big queue when we got there, but they stuck to that, and that was quite cool. Unless you turn up with 12 and you really want to go as 12, then they'll
let you, but they'll recommend splitting into 2 groups.
We couldn't take the camera with us. They're quite strict on the no filming, so they just took cameras off us, which is fair dues. That's how you work.
Their policy. That's what it is. Well, I have took some photos, which we'll add in.
Yeah, if I can find it.
Not photos in the mazes, photos at the end where the bar area and all that is.
If I can find it, I'll put the video clips in because it's very similar to last year. It's a little bit different. Yeah. We took the camera through with us last year and then just filmed the bit at the end. So if I can find that, I'll drop that in.
So how did it start? So it started when they take you into a room, give you a bit of a briefing, no smoking, blah blah blah. It's quite done in a comical way.
Rules. Yeah.
And then you have a little walk down some steps. There is uneven ground, there is steps, so it's not suitable
very dark woods.
Very dark. It's not suitable for, like, you couldn't get wheelchairs or anything like that in there. Then the first maze was AI.
It was.
We were at the front for that, weren't we?
Yeah, I really like that. I sort of forgot about that. We'll get to the end at the end. The AI one was very cool. So the premise is you're going around Cybernetics, Cybernetics, robotics, something like that, where they're making robots. And the characters that are on the game are really cool. They're in the story. Yeah. You get another little video that again sets the scene.
Good actors in there, wasn't there?
Good actors in there. There's a good theme. There's not many we've done. Maybe Singularity last night was along those lines, like AI robots, like Terminator-esque kind of.
They had some good animatronics in there as well, didn't they?
They did some good. The pleasure box is brilliant.
Yeah. We won't give obviously too much of it away, but our overall experience of that was it was a good maze, and I had some wee-wees.
Yeah. Unique story is always a nice little selling point.
Yeah.
So score-wise, I went 3 3/4.
Yeah. So the overall experience as maze was 3 3/4, and my wee-wees out of 5 was 3.5. So I did get some good jumps in there. There's a lot of dark areas where you couldn't see the actors. Yeah. So yeah, that was good.
Very cool. And then you come out at the end of that one and you do a little woodland walk.
A little walk in the dark, obviously.
Very dark.
Very dark.
And the next maze was the sewers.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I get these names wrong. I'll correct it on the screen. So again, you went in a bit of story, a bit of scene setting. There's always something at the start of these mazes that tells you a bit of the story, and you don't go down the sewers because there's been some things seen and kids go missing and whatever else. It's kind of what they said. And then basically you go down a sewer and there's all sorts of like man-sized rats. It's basically the monster that's in there.
So again at the beginning it was good. They give you a bit of a story. And then you start obviously walking through. It's all outside.
Yeah, it's pretty much all outside that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you might walk through one small building or 2 small buildings.
Yeah, a couple of huts rather than...
Yeah, some little huts. we found there wasn't too many actors in there for the length of the maze. I think that was our only criticism really on that maze, and that made it feel a little bit lacking, I suppose, didn't it?
Yeah.
The concept was good, but also with it being outside, we kind of thought, well, it's not really sewer-like.
Yeah. I think last year it was like a zombie Nazi
and
trench system.
That works really well.
So.
The idea is good. Maybe just take out the idea of it being in the sewers.
Yeah.
Maybe like Rats in the Woods, something like that.
Yeah.
Overall, it was a good experience.
Yeah, it was. Again, the actors that were in there were good again. The actors were spot on. It's just that one. It's a long walk around if you do it. It's probably one of the longer walks through the moor, to be honest.
So I think that's why it made it feel a bit sparse, didn't it?
Yeah, we did also. We weren't far away from two groups in front of us either, so it might be that there's more in there. They were just like every actor has like two spots. I think is how almost all of them work, and they might have just been somewhere else. It might have just been our luck.
Maybe. So I think we both give it.
I give it 3 for a score.
I think I gave it a 3 as well, didn't I?
Sorry.
And my wee scale was a 2. It wasn't particularly scary. I had maybe a jump or two, but nothing too mad in there.
Change the battery.
Okay, so the next maze was Witchcraft Bloody Mary.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I was just trying to think. I was just changing the camera battery. I couldn't remember what the actual name was.
Yeah.
It's a cool maze.
Good.
So this is run by Fearmasters, which is an airsoft site for the most part. So this is quite cool because you go through like the huts,
little village huts. It's set out like a little village, isn't it?
Yeah.
Little houses and little barns. And
so the theme in there for being like a medieval sort of village where they burnt witches and so on was like it's ideal for it, like especially because it's been raining, because you're walking through muddy fields and then through all this like little medieval huts and stuff with tall fences and things. It's a great little set to do a little horror maze in. It's really good.
There seemed to be quite a few actors in there as well. There was,
yeah. And again, I don't know if that's because we were catching up with some groups. A few had like pieces to talk to you and distract you a bit. And I don't know if that's normal or if that's because we were quite close to some other groups, so they were just trying to slow us down.
But I liked that little touch that they had a little bit to say. Like there was the bar woman, and then there was
like nothing major, but they might just, if you walk through, they might just jump out and ski some days, and they say they just came out and a couple of
lots of little hidey holes in the building, so there was quite a few jump scares in there. Theming was really good as well. It kind of with the Bloody Mary thing, it's you look in the mirror, say Bloody Mary 3 times, and
so they start sneaking mirrors.
That's a proper thing, isn't it? It's like a proper witch's tale, I suppose, isn't it? But the mirrors, like if you look in the buildings, they kind of progress through the story as you move along as well. So the theming in there was good. It was a good idea for the set that they've got there. It worked really well.
Yeah. So scores wise, I gave it 3.5. You also gave it 3.5.
I did, and I gave it a 3 on the Wii scale. So that's a pretty good, solid scores there, I think.
And then we get to the good couple, because this was like right at the end. So there's 5 altogether, and the next one is Hotel Hell.
Yes, Hotel Hell Undead Vacation.
Yeah. So that was cool, because we caught up. There was a chap on the entrance, again giving you the story about the story of the hotel. So someone went in, they thought he was drunk and he had the shakes, and then he bit the maid, and you get the gist, like you know where this is going.
And the facade outside was really good as well, wasn't it?
It was. It looks cool outside. The inside is absolutely beautiful. Some of the rooms you've got in there.
I know, you walk in and you're like, wow, you think you're on a set. And like when you go into the elevator, I won't give too much away, and things like that, it's just the theming in there is top-notch theming. We can't really fault that.
There's everything expected. You go to a really nice old-fashioned reception, and then there's like a library, the kitchen.
Yeah.
So all like these random things come out through the exits through the boiler room. So like
coming out the basement, you work your way around the hotel basically. They had some quite good animatronics in there as well, didn't they?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of trigger points.
It was fantastic.
Things slamming and making noises and stuff. That was really good. There was some really good scares in there from good.
I felt pretty scared, and the long dark corridor at the end as you come out as well.
Yeah, because you don't know if it's finished or not. Like, so again, to join you up to the next maze and carry on your walk, there's just this really long corridor that's in like I don't know, it's like a wooden tunnel almost, isn't it? And so you just don't know if it's finished or not. There's just a couple of them sneaky little like air blasters in the way to make you jump while you're walking down the corridor.
Very good theming, very good actors again, very good animatronics, all round fantastic really.
So scores on the doors, I gave it 4 1/4.
Yeah, and I gave it a 4, so yeah, it was. Do you know what? That's one of the best ones I think we've done this season as well. And my wee scale, what was that?
4
1/4. I think that's the highest wee scale I've given anywhere, is it?
It's close.
It's close at least. I had some really good jump scares in there, but there was a lot of things like mannequins where I don't know if they're real or not, and that gets me. When that happens, my heart starts racing because I don't know what's real and what's not. So that was fantastic. Really enjoyed that one.
You come out and you greet to the next door with a clown and a hearse.
Yes, and this
Clown
one's
Asylum?
Clown Asylum.
See, I can remember some of those.
Now this is a very good clown maze.
It was actually a good clown maze because it's a bit different.
We're not the biggest fans, are we? Because they seem to always lack a little bit, clown mazes do.
Yeah.
They always tend to be your typical clown maze, whereas this was clown doctors. Clowns in a hospital.
So the guy set the scene on the door again, which is that the clowns are in the asylum, but obviously the circus are all escapologists, so they got out the straitjackets, and then the clowns are running the asylum. That's kind of the story.
It was good.
And yeah, that's just
lots of animatronics in there. Lots.
There was some again some of your bits of like mannequins, fake clowns and then real clowns.
Yeah.
The clowns would just stand really still in the corner, and then they got the mid people in our group, I think. Certainly we were at the front, so they got some of the people behind us. But because you see some clowns and stuff everywhere, you don't know which is real and which is not, even room by room. So it was cool, some good stuff in there.
It was good, really good. Good theming, good clown maze.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, definitely.
Scores on the doors was 4s all round.
4s all round.
4s for everything.
4s for wheeze, 4s for
me and you.
votes,
I said 4 afterwards. So.
I think overall this has been a great evening.
It's a good event. So it cost
Second time we've been here, isn't it?
Yeah, we came last year and we had a great time. That's why we've come back again.
Yeah.
It cost us 20 quid for tickets tonight.
Yeah.
I'd say that's 20 quid for 5 mazes is alright. Most of the places we've been to, the tickets are around 20 quid. Some are 18, some are 22.
Obviously, this is one that's slightly different because you have to enter and keep going, and you can't leave. Once you go through, you have to be prepared to do all of it and carry on to the end. So it's a good 40, 50 minutes, maybe an hour if there's a bit of a queue.
Yeah, so it took us about an hour. I think it was an hour till I noticed the time at least. So.
And then it brings you out into an area where there's some food wagons, there's a merchandise shop, there was axe throwing, there's a VR.
There's the Leeds VR there with this like walk the plank thing. You might have seen it on Facebook. I saw it today on a Facebook.
I saw it on this morning. Right. Holly and Phil were testing it out. So yeah. So there's also a themed little bar area, isn't there? Yeah. They do all sorts of drinks in there. I think that's the only. I suppose when your mazes are split up, you can spend time having a drink maybe and sitting around and then doing another maze. I think that's maybe where I like how this is done, but I don't know if they lose out a bit by doing it this way because not many people will stay afterwards to eat or hang around maybe. Yeah,
maybe. You've always got the option of jumping in your car, stopping at McDonald's or something. I suppose if you finished we tend to do most places, we do a couple of mazes, maybe have a drink and a sit down and a bit of a chat, and then we'll go do the rest of them kind of thing, don't we? But that depends night by night. I say today we're driving. I've had a really long day because of work and then
coming here. It's also worth mentioning in the queue at the beginning there is portaloos. Use them if you need to go because you cannot go to the toilet until the end, so that's a good hour. And then there's obviously portaloos at the end. There was some atmospheric music through the dark walky wood bits as well that I didn't notice last year.
That's true. It's trying to get some atmosphere in
it's very, very dark. Walking through them wood bits, you kind of see lights in the distance, and that's kind of where you know you have to go, and you have to stay in your groups. But no, it's been overall really good experience. So I guess now we've got to rate it out of 10.
It's got the whole event. Oh, I didn't think about that.
This is it. I'd like to say 8.5. I think
it's quite high.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, to be honest.
I think I'm going to study 7.5. I think.
Yeah.
Because I think the maze is really good. I think it does miss that little bit of atmosphere because you don't have. So like Hallow Scream yesterday, there's this massive bar, this massive tent in the middle, and there's a good atmosphere. But this is like it's totally different because you're all around in your group. So I think it misses a little bit of that. But the scares are really good. The stuff that you pay for and you want to turn up to see is well worth it.
I think the reason I voted it that little bit higher is they had things in there that really scared me. They played on some of my fears in there, so that gave me that extra.
Face your fears.
Yeah, that gave me that extra boost. I really did enjoy it. I think it's a good night out. We'll pop the pictures of the area at the end, and we'll also put the links to the website where you can get your tickets. I would recommend if you're around this area, come and have a good night out.
Yeah,
I think it runs all the way up to Halloween. I'm not sure. So it's open. What date is it today? It's the 12th, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's open the 13th, it's then closed the 14th, 15th and 16th. Then it's open the 17th all the way to Halloween. Every day.
And
Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
Sunday the 3rd, actually.
Oh yeah, all the way to Sunday the 3rd. So there's only a few days in the middle of the month it's closed, and then it's open every day.
Yeah.
So not just weekends, so that's quite good. It might be worth coming on a weekday for a bit of a quieter time, maybe.
Yeah, that's always one of our tips in general. I think it's one of our tips. I don't know, maybe I'm just making this up. We've been to like Extreme Scream before, and if you do the Monday night or the Sunday night, it's quieter. So maybe that's the same up here. If you do like, if you've got nothing on, do like a Wednesday or a Thursday or something, then actually
the
you
weekends
probably get a nicer night out of it because you're not going to catch up with the other groups. The actors are going to be on point because they're not going to be like, I've been doing this for 4 hours.
The weekends always tend to be a bit more busier, don't they? So it's worth coming in the week if you can. But no, we've had a great night and we'll be back again next year, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. So just want to say thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, nothing tomorrow.
We have a day off.
So next week we're off to Dr. Fright's, and we've just got back from doing. So this weekend we did Screamfest opening. We've done York Hallow Scream opening, and we've got videos up there from Extreme Scream and from Halloween Horror Nights so far.
And then it's Dr. Fright's. Hopefully we're going to Wales for.
We're doing Terror Mountain in Wales.
Terror Mountain and.
I don't know. Then we'll see. I think
more stuff.
Yeah, more stuff. When we get to Halloween week, we're going to do some little bits. So I think we're going to do Old Market Scare in town. Like they're doing like a one-off thing in Nottingham City Centre. Then we're going to go do that.
And we've got After Dark planned as well.
And After Dark, I think, yes.
So yeah, keep watching for more Halloween stuff.
That's us out. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Bye.
It's like Disney World.